How can we reduce aggression? In this final part of the lecture, you will learn about some of the micro and macro level approaches to minimizing aggressive behavior and its effects on individuals and groups. Micro-level approaches attempt to address individuals' emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. This could include therapy or learning activities aimed at improving one's education, intelligence, reasoning abilities, empathy, motivation, self-control, and emotional disposition. Aggression replacement training, for example, attempts to teach people how to respond more appropriately to aggressive stimuli. Help people modify their habits and actions through behavior modification. And finally, some people may benefit from addressing hormonal imbalances or low levels of serotonin. Macro-level approaches attempt to address situational and socio-cultural factors. They are usually implemented at the institutional and societal levels, but may be directed at individuals and groups. The first strategy that helps is to address the causes of aggression, to minimize frustration, negative experiences, and so on. This can be done by improving living conditions, social support, opportunities for education and employment, and access to healthcare. Communities with these features tend to report lower rates of aggression. Here are some of the other evidence-based macro-level approaches. Reduce the prevalence of guns. Model non-aggressive responses to stressors on television, in movies, on social media, and music. Emphasize cooperation and shared goals instead of competition. Increase the costs and decrease the rewards associated with aggressive behavior. Use public pressure to implement media self-censorship where platforms choose not to show aggressive media. Teach citizens about media literacy and encourage them to be critical of information they find online. When working with individuals, psychologists like to use what's called a multi-systemic approach. They tackle the aggressive behavior from multiple levels at the same time. For example, a student who has been behaving more aggressively than usual might complete therapy on their own. Their family and friends may attend a training session to teach them how to interact with the child. Their teachers may need to more closely monitor the student's behaviors at recess, and the community may decide to raise money for a new after-school center to keep all the neighborhood kids busy in the evenings. The key with this approach is that the problem is addressed from multiple angles using multiple tools. The last topic that I want to mention is bullying. Across the globe, we find instances of bullying in most cultures. The most effective prevention programs have one thing in common. They use a multi-systemic approach and implement multiple solutions. Psychologists have taught people how to be more empathetic using this approach, and they've taught others how to overcome the bystander effect and intervene when they witness an emergency. Another example of a program that uses the multi-systemic approach is the Always Bullying Prevention Program. It teaches administrators how to address bullying at the individual, classroom, school, and community levels. Click the link on the slide to learn more about this program. Wow, that was a lot of information. You should now be able to talk about the nature of aggression and ways of preventing it from happening. In the next lecture, you'll explore the connection between social psychology and the legal system.